Good morning. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Apollonia Cross, and today we're going to be talking about the difference between rhythms versus routines and how you can use those to help you find a flow that fits with your family. And so, if you're somebody who has been trying to get the whole family on the same page, but you're struggling between drop offs, kids' activities, and all of those types of things, and keeping up with everybody's schedule, and you're not able to actually really find something that works for you to where you can actually move in ease and purpose, then this definitely is going to be the video for you. So, as you guys are hopping on, make sure you guys are saying hello. Let me know where you are at in the world. And if this is your first time new tuning in with me, welcome. My name is Apollonia Cross, and I'm a lifestyle and wellness coach. And I love empowering and helping women create self care plans that are in alignment with their goals, values, and family lifestyle so that way they do not have to struggle and they can create a self care plan that works in alignment with them. And so, yeah, love to come on with you guys live. Today is day two of our series that we have going on this week about learning how to streamline our life so that way we can operate more in ease and flow. So I am excited to be tuning in with you guys. And so, like I said, as you guys are coming on, make sure you let me know where you're at in the world, so that way I can make sure I give you guys a shout out and connect with you. But let's go ahead and dive right in. So one of the biggest things we hear, and we have probably, you may or may not have set different schedules and routines for your kids, and depending on the age and stage that you are in with your kids, things can be very, very dicey, right? Like, it would be nice to have a routine that you can be very consistent with and stick with no matter what, which we are kind of programmed that way. If you, with going to school, there's always an alarm. There's different schedules that the school has set with for us, or that work has set for us. And so we're used to things being very like clockwork in that sense. But when you have a family, it's a whole nother ball game. Like, everybody is different. Everybody has different likes, wants, and needs. And it can be very, very stressful and overwhelming with keeping up with all the schedules on top of your own personal needs and things. And so something that can be helpful for you, instead of trying to stick to a very rigid schedule and a routine, figure out how to create a healthy rhythm around your family's natural clocks. And so one thing I always like to talk with my clients is asking them, do you know what your body clock is? Like, are you a natural morning person to where you wake up, you're energized and you're good, and then around like in the afternoon, your energy starts to go down, because there's no point in trying to cram at the evening all of like a bunch of family activities and all of that stuff. If you are going to be running on empty, you're going to be a lot more crankier. You're going to be wanting and needing to rely on caffeine, and then and sugar, and eating all kinds of stuff. And then you start to train your kids that way too. So you want to create systems and rhythms with your family that work in alignment with your natural flow of how you operate. Some people are morning people. Some people are evening people. Our household, we are all early birds. My house is awake by 5:30 a.m. like clockwork. I promise you, no alarms needed. And no, I did not program my kids to be that way. I really, really didn't. It just so happens that's how it is. Thankfully, though, on the plus side to that, it is very helpful. So now that I know that our family is early morning people, I created a household routine and rhythm that is in alignment with that. So we're going with our natural energy as well as events and activities, instead of trying to operate on a 24-hour clock too, that is not in alignment with how my mind and my energy and my body flows. It doesn't work. I'm not able to be the best mom. I'm not able to be the best business owner. I'm not able to be the best wife. None of those types of things, because if I'm trying to operate based off of what everyone else is wanting and needing from me on their clocks, I am draining my own energy and resources. And so if you're wanting to figure out, like, all right, family, how are we going to do this? Because mom is needing to work on some things and I have my goals and I want to get my workouts, all of those types of things. How the heck can I do that when I have so many different people? Well, like I said, this is where you really have the best thing you can really do is be very observant of your family, and in seeing what is everybody's natural body clock, and then like creating your life around that. And it can be a challenge when you have a regular job, but it actually can be, depending on what the way that you're looking at it. But the plus side to that is it does consistently give you that opportunity. Like for me, if you work from home, it gives you a set opportunity when you can have, like, okay, I know during this time I'm going to have some peace and be peace and quiet so I can be able to focus and move and do what I need to do and want to do during this time and not have to be stretched all over the place. Right. And so this is where you can pull out your Google Calendar and you can put in a family routine and start to create that intentional clock on specific activities and things that need to be done during those times, right? So for example, for me, our family is we are early birds. And so we're getting up from 5:30 to 7:30. That 2-hour block is strictly morning routine, moving our bodies, getting breakfast to eat, getting dressed. And it's nice for the fact that, again, everybody's gradually waking up so we can get a slow ease into the morning, instead of if you have kids who are waking up later on in the morning and they got, like, say, for example, if you have like kids you kind of have to pull out of bed at like 7, it can be very challenging if they have to get to school at 8. Yes, it can be done, obviously. But again, now it's like go, 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 now. But we don't want to operate in the overwhelm. We don't want to operate in that stress. We want to be able to operate in flow. And this is why rhythms are a lot better than routines. They're very similar, but it's how you're going about it. And again, is it naturally flowing with your day and your energy and the family? So again, during that time, as we're going about our day, we're being present, we're being involved, and we're not all over the place, consistently multitasking, and our house looks crazy. And we feel crazy, right? So this is that way that you can kind of say, all right, pull a step back. If I know, for example, I'm going to give you my own personal example for today, because our family has pretty been in a consistent routine. I have a set of older kids and I have a set of younger kids. And so it's interesting being in this in-between phase. However, what I can tell you is that if you can instill this with your kids at the very beginning, early, and stay pretty consistent with it, by the time they get into like teenage years, it's like clockwork. It's nice. Yes, they'll have more activities, but the natural reset, it'll naturally go back to the flow. You don't have to, hey, go do this, hey, go do that, hey, go do, you don't. Once they get older. Now, if you have littles, like I have littles, but if you are a new mom and you have littles and you're trying to figure it out, yes, you are going to need to be a little bit more firm. But again, the idea is to figure out what those natural body clocks and natural rhythms are of your family, and then start to incorporate different activities and things around your peak times, around your slow times, and all of those things. So for example, you're definitely not going to want to try to get work done when your kids are home at school. Nope, we all went through COVID. We know what that was like. Did it get done? Absolutely. Was it done as efficiently and as peaceful? Absolutely not, right? Like we made it through, but those days are over, and let's pray that they don't come back anytime soon, right? So now that kids are back in school, we have more pockets of time. Let's focus on being more intentional. So when your kids are at school, obviously is not the time to do any type of focus work or learning or meetings or anything, right? But what you can do is laundry, right? Later on in the evening, if you got to fold some laundry or kind of tidy up some things, right? You can get the kids involved. This is doubling down on number one, you're teaching your kids how to do laundry. And then number two, you're getting some help. And number three, you can mindlessly do this while watching TV, listening to music, or just talking about the kid's day. Again, that's later on in the day when energy is a little bit lower. You're not needing to be go, go, go. Or have to focus. So that's a low level activity that you can incorporate later on in the day around your lower level of energy, right? Your higher level of energy, this is where you want to be able to get tasks done, focus done, anything deep thinking, or just errands or whatever. That's when you want to be able to focus, move, and do and groove. And you want to do that when you don't have so many people, and so many things to do. So, and when you have the higher level of energy. So whether you're a morning person or a night person, figuring out when your rhythms are and how the family runs, and then creating and incorporating specific tasks and activities around those times. So again, you're able to operate in flow a lot better than just trying to stick to a rigid routine that is not working for the season of life that you're in or the age of your kids, right? So yep, you guys, that was really all that I wanted to share with you. And I hope that gave you guys a good understanding of the difference between rhythms and versus routines, because they're very, very similar. But again, the biggest difference is how you are going about it. What is the end result of you doing this and building this? And what is the purpose of it? And so again, I hope you guys had gotten some great value. Let me know what was your greatest takeaway in the comments below, and I would love to engage with you guys and stuff after. And if you're catching this a little bit later, no worries. You can always go ahead, and when the video is finally uploaded, you guys can go ahead and post #replay if you're watching this on the replay, and post your comments and things there. I will always respond to you and connect with you later on. All right. So again, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me this morning, and I look forward to talking to you guys later, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.